Hello and welcome to the France interview. Our guest today is Paul Kagame, the president of Rwanda. Mr. President, welcome to the France 24 interview.
Thank you.
This is your first official visit to France since 1994, since the genocide, which claimed some 800,000 lives. It's also an important visit because France and Rwanda did not have diplomatic relations for 3 years, between 2006 and 2009, because of mutual accusations of who was behind the triggering event to the 1994 genocide. So you're here in Paris, you met with the president, Nicolas Sarkozy. Does this mean that this is really a new era in the Franco-Rwandan relationship?
Yes, I think it is in a sense. My visit here follows the one President Sarkozy made in Rwanda in February last year. And then following that, I got an invitation to come and visit Paris, which I've been very happy to do. And while here we discussed a wide range of issues, and mainly really more about looking forward to the future and what the future holds, building on well improved and continuing to improve the relationship. So that is the
future, but the past is still there, as you perfectly know. Do you expect at one point France to formally apologize for its role in the genocide? The Belgians have done so, the Americans have apologized for not intervening. France has never done so. Do you still wait for this to happen?
Well, if it was about waiting for this to happen, maybe all this I'm talking about in a positive sense would not have taken place. So I'm effectively saying whatever has gone on in the past and whoever was responsible for it, we are more tuned to the future, and that's what we are focused on. We are not focused on the past. This is
so you do not want a formal apology from France at this point?
No, that's not what I'm saying, but I'm only saying it is not what I've been looking for at this time, and in a sense, I don't think it should dominate our discussion. What should dominate our discussion is the future, and that's what we did.
Before we get there, some people in the French military, but also in the French political world, including within the French government, are not too happy to see you in Paris. Let's take the case of the foreign minister, Alain Juppé, who was also foreign minister at the time. He said recently he did not want to shake your hand. He did not want to go to Kigali. He happens not to be in Paris. What is your response? Would you welcome him to Kigali now?
Well, again, I think I should place my appreciation where it belongs, and that's with the people who are with the president of France, President Nicolas Sarkozy, who want things to move forward. So I think that's where here I'm looking. It's in that direction. It's not in the direction of those who say things should not be positive. So I'm not so much looking in that direction.
But let's say he's the foreign minister. He has to go to Kigali. Would you say, Mr. Alain Juppé, I'm ready to shake your hands, let bygones be bygones?
No, but my counterpart is President Sarkozy. It's not Alain Juppé. So we have a foreign minister who carries out that responsibility. So currently, the lady who handles that responsibility maybe knows how to deal with it. So I'm really not going to get involved with, am I going to do this with the son? So I am doing this with the president of France who invited me. And I'm sure there are many people who want this relationship to improve, both in France and in Rwanda. So I think that's where I'm spending most of my thoughts, and that's what I'm looking at.
There is the issue also of the investigation into the April 6, 1994 shooting down of the plane of the former president of Rwanda, Mr. Habyarimana. A judge in France issued arrest warrants against 9 people close to you. Now there's a new judge. He actually went to Rwanda. Do you trust that this investigation now will eventually clear you from any role in the triggering of the genocide?
Well, I wouldn't want to prejudge the process, so I'll be able to say what I would rightly say when the judgment is out. But at the same time, I don't think it is one judge in one country or another who will be the authority to state the facts. I think the facts come from what the judge will say, but also what many others say, and in both countries. So I don't want it to sound like Rwanda is sitting there waiting to hear the truth from a person, even with that heavy responsibility as a judge, to make their pronouncement, because I think the issue here concerns more parties and a lot of facts, and people would look at it in its entirety as such. This is the way I look at it.
Yes, but this investigation in the past led to a breach in diplomatic relations, a major crisis. Do you think that this is now finished, that there won't be such an event anymore?
I want to be positive about it. I want to look at it as a process that will lead to positive outcomes for the relationship and therefore for the two countries.
Another bone of contention has been the allegations by Rwanda that France has not been prosecuting alleged perpetrators of the genocide on its soil, that it has looked the other way until now. There are a number of cases, we're not going to get into the detail. Did you get a commitment, a firm commitment from President Nicolas Sarkozy that France was now ready to go after the alleged perpetrators?
I don't think everything that has been happening or that will happen will depend on just this one single discussion. Though
but you've had several discussions in the past few years.
Any discussion is helpful. When people want to discuss, when people want to talk, it is always helpful. And I will say I have seen in the recent times positive developments in dealing with the justice issues relating to the genocide. There have been several cases, whether few, but more than one cases, which indicate that something, again, positive is happening on the ground. There may be more cases than those that have been handled, but again, I think that will be resolved by continuing to discuss things in a more positive way.
Is just to take one example, obviously a very vivid one, Agathe Habyarimana, the widow of the former president. Do you think, now she's fighting an expulsion order from France, do you think this is one of those positive developments?
The fact that, yes, it is out there and people are looking at it, the merits of the case, I think is very positive.
Do you want her extradited to Rwanda?
Well, I want a proper judgment, or I want justice to be done for the people of Rwanda. And again, that will relate to many facts coming together.
Right. I want to get to the internal situation in Rwanda. There have been accusations that you are trying to stifle democracy, the press, the opposition. Some people who were linked to you have left abroad, have accused you of hunting them down, even sending killing teams and so on. What is your response to all those accusations against you?
There is nothing terribly wrong that has happened in Rwanda by government or by any official or by institution that does not happen anywhere in this world, whether in all these countries in Europe or Americas or wherever, I think there is pettiness in some of the interpretations or even a judgment about Africa and Rwanda, and I think if there are problems, and there will be a lot of problems in Rwanda as they happen in any part of the world, but there are mechanisms and institutions to deal with that, and we have put in place all these to be able to deal with any problems that will occur or that have occurred, and we do it openly and in a very sensible way, knowing our responsibilities both at the national level and at the international level. So really, I think most of the things talked about are just an exaggeration or simply fabrications by people who have a distorted way of looking at things.
Right. Just very last question. Your mandate expires in 2017. Can I trust you if you tell me that you are definitely leaving power at that time?
I wonder even why it has to keep coming up as a question at all, because always, even I'm asked this all the time and so on and so forth, but it seems I'm not convincing anyone, so the best thing is to say, let's wait and see when that time comes.
Okay. Mr. Kagame, thank you very much for coming on the France 24 interview. Thank you all for watching it. Stay tuned for more news here on France 24.